Ever feel on top of it all? You're at that part where you're just fine-tuning your days and weeks. And it feels so good because you can finally put your mind to rest from figuring out a routine. And then a change happens. Something that was not even on your radar at all. I'm just starting to have thoughts on it and how I am going to go about this change. I was recently let go from my position as a lead dentist, and this happened first week of January. Hopes are high, you're like, yeah, let's go. And then this is not how I expected 2026 to start. This was my first job back after my maternity leave with my second born. I wanted to stay home and soak it all in until I started to get that itch where I wanted to go back to work again. I ended up finding a part-time job. I worked 3 days a week. I was worried to start working again because it had been a while, but it was like riding a bike. I knew what I was doing. I was off flying. It was different from my first job. I wasn't feeling burnt out. Helping patients and working with the office staff really gave me great joy. I was tackling a lot of stress, but I was satisfied. I was enjoying dentistry again. And then came the part where the office that I was working for no longer needed a part-time dentist, and they needed somebody who wanted to work full-time. And I was not looking to work full-time at all. I knew my boundaries with dentistry and being the mother that I wanted to be. So I was left in a place where I no longer had a consistent job, and finding a part-time position is really hard as a dentist. I looked to do locum tenens, which means like a temporary dentist where you fill in for an office if the doctor is out sick or on vacation. The scheduling was really inconsistent. Driving like hours away was just not something that I could sustain. And then I was back to square one. So now again, I'm looking for a part-time job. I am seeing this opportunity as a time to reassess my values and meditate on what to prioritize. A few things that I'm starting during this period is 1, this YouTube channel, 2, I'm resetting some habits, and 3, I am going to live abroad in Japan for 3 months. The YouTube channel thing is crazy because it's really unlike me to share anything about myself. But in recent times, I've been trying to challenge myself to do things that make me uncomfortable. And I thought that doing this YouTube channel thing was the perfect opportunity. What's most important to me is that my girls grow up exposed to the Japanese language and culture as I was. I have family out there and they only speak Japanese, so when I was no longer restricted by a job on the time frame, how long we can be out there, I realized that this was the best opportunity for them. I am starting to hit up the gym again, which is so awesome, more consistently, taking care of my body. I'm starting to pick up reading again, and I'm realizing that the genre that I enjoy reading has changed since the last time I read a book. I'm journaling more, reducing my doom scrolling habit. Like before, I felt like I relied heavily on doom scrolling to get my dopamine hits, but I don't doom scroll as much as I used to. I can say it has been limited to 5 minutes a day. Yeah, I'm just resetting all these habits that I wanted to develop for myself. I think it's normal to be filled with fear when something unexpected happens. And I still feel some of that, knowing that I am now walking along a very unstable path, but I also don't want to minimize the fact that I feel excited too. For as long as I can remember, my life has been laid out in front of me. Go to school, go to dental school, become a dentist, be a mom. For the first time, nothing is set. I am trying my best to rejoice in this new season. Have you recently faced a big change or a challenge in your life? Comment down below. I'm curious to see how we all approach it differently. If you want to follow along where I share about my life, motherhood, and self-discovery, please like and subscribe. It really helps me create more contents like this.